The planet is warming as a result of human encroachment. The exploitation of natural resources and wasteful society has led planet Earth to a crisis point. The mistakes we have made as a race are slowly being mended. Change and awareness is rapidly growing, and as our population expands, we must learn to live as one planet. This means being mindful of the quantities that we consume. At an event like the Olympic Games, with up to 1 million visitors coming through each day, a great deal of energy and resources are used. Therefore, sustainable guidelines are vital in order to reduce waste, carbon emissions, and conserve energy. And for the first time in Olympic history, the 2012 Games have a commission dedicated purely to sustainability.
One of the things that was promised around sustainability for the 2012 bid was that we will be the most sustainable games ever. There was a recognition that there's a lot of greenwash associated with that. So there was a promise to set up an independent commission. We very boldly offered to deliver the world's first public transport games. There are no cars for spectators at any of the venues. Most people, when they first come to the park, are completely blown away. The first thing that will strike you is the fantastic green space, that nature really is integrated with the park, and it's going to be a wonderful facility for people in legacy. The only way we believe that we can have a sustainable Olympic Games is if we can make a discernible difference outside the programme. An example of global warming issues would be the discussions that we had very early in the project around use of HFCs in cooling systems. The ODA that built the facility did not have a policy on HFC. We thought they should. They'd started to design the aquatic centre with HFCs in the cooling system and didn't want to change because it would cost money and there'd be risk to the programme if they did. There have been numerous great sustainability practices, facilities. I think I'd pick out the Velodrome as probably my favourite building. It's a beautiful building, it's very light, it uses half the materials of the Velodrome in Beijing. It's 30% more energy efficient than the regulations suggest it should be. There's 5 times as much capacity under the park for district heating systems in the future than is used at the moment. And the irrigation is actually from water drawn from one of London's main sewers, using biological processes to clean it up. So if you look at building like the Copper Box, recycled copper, the aquatic centre, at least the aluminium for the roof is recycled aluminium. If you look at the stadium and if you look at the ring of steel around the top of the stadium that supports the lighting, this is my favourite bit because this was actually made from old gas pipes.
The Commission has implemented several fair trade, organic and recycling initiatives to ensure these games have the most positive impact possible.
It's all MSC certified fish, it's all Red Tractor certified meat. The eggs are free range, the milk is organic, the coffee and tea are fair trade. An awful lot of work has gone into the supply chain for food. The objective is to send absolutely no waste to landfill during the games, which is astonishing. For the event industry, 15% recycling or composting is a good performance. LOCOG are aiming for 70% and 0 to landfill. Both ODA and LOCOG have an absolute rule, 100% FSC timber, and that was very rigorously policed.
While the Commission has been very successful in implementing numerous environmental standards within the 2012 Games, it hasn't always been smooth sailing. And while many are beginning to understand the importance of sustainability, some still aren't willing to cooperate.
We looked at the supply chain for the medals, and found that in fact Rio Tinto had not commissioned an audit that they were supposed to have commissioned of their ethical standards. EDF and LOCOG working together were supposed to deliver a low carbon Olympic torch, for the torch relay. They failed to do so. Once again, we reported that in public, and that didn't go down well either.
The effects of global warming are being felt heavily in the Pacific region. This beautiful place is being hit by natural disasters including cyclones, drought and flooding, events which many are saying are induced by global warming. But above all, rising sea levels due to Arctic ice caps melting has meant many island nations are literally going underwater. Some of the athletes, officials and visitors at the Olympics are from the Pacific Islands and know about the issues their countries are facing as a result of climate change.
Coming from Samoa, it is absolutely beautiful, crystal clear, blue seas, lush rainforests. It's literally paradise. From my understanding, the Pacific Islands are extremely affected by global warming and rising sea levels. Our tourist areas, our lands, our people, we all are based on the coastal areas, so any small shift in those rising sea levels can have huge consequences for everyone. From the Olympics standpoint, for Oceania in general, the fact that this Games has made huge initiatives like the reusing of the soil, the creation of a huge urban park, reusing materials for the roofs of some of the stadiums. It's great to know that these small changes are being made so it becomes more of a sustainable situation.
At this moment in time, Rio does not have a plan to set up a commission like ours. They've already started their construction, obviously, but they're getting into staging the Games. And I really hope our work is replicated somewhere. If not for an Olympics, then maybe for other major infrastructure projects. I hope we've raised the bar. Not only in event management, but also in construction, in catering, and set an example, but only time will tell.
Through sustainable practices, we can reuse, reduce and recycle materials, therefore lessening our impact on the planet, preserving our remaining natural resources and slowing climate change. We are all part of a global community, and together we can create a better planet for future generations. From the Reporters Academy, I'm Thomas King.